Have you ever noticed that you've been avoiding certain things, without even admitting it to yourself? That staircase you used to climb without thinking, now you look at it and calculate. That low chair at your child's house, you sit though slowly, holding the armrest, hoping no one will notice. That moment when you were walking on the sidewalk, you stepped on a tiny pebble, and your heart raced. It wasn't the stumble that was frightening. It was realizing that, for a fraction of a second, you weren't too sure if you were going to be able to hold on. This touches on something much deeper than the physical. It touches on the fear of losing control of one's own life. And you know what is the hardest part of all this? It is not the limitation itself. That is when you start to wonder, is this how it is going to be from now on? Because nobody wants to be dependent. Nobody wants to be a source of worry for their family. Nobody wants to give up their own home, their own routine, their own freedom. And that's exactly what I'm going to talk about today. Not about academia, not about diet, about something much simpler, and much more powerful than you imagine. Tell me in the comments, did you identify with any of these situations? Write below which one touched you the most. This helps me a lot to continue bringing content that truly makes a difference to you. Let me tell you something that most people don't know. That feeling you're having, that insecurity about your body, it didn't start out of nowhere. She didn't show up because you were lazy. She didn't show up because you did something wrong. She appeared because no one explained to you what happens to your body after age 55. And without this information, it is impossible to react in the right way. So let me explain it to you in a very simple way. The human body has a specific muscle that is responsible for almost everything you do on a daily basis. Getting out of bed in the morning, get out of the car, to climb a step, to support your own weight when you stumble. This muscle is located on the front of your thigh, and from the age of 55 onwards. It starts to lose strength at a rate that we don't notice at first. Not all at once. Slowly, a little bit each month, until one day you try to get up from a chair without support. You need to make an effort that you didn't even notice before. Then you think, I'm getting old. But that is not it. What is happening has a name. Experts call it sarcopenia. But forget about that complicated name. What is important to understand is this. It is the natural loss of muscle mass that happens over time. And the most important point, which almost no one talks about, that is because there is a solution. I'm not talking about miracles. I'm not talking about becoming an athlete. I'm talking about something that anyone, in any physical condition, can start doing today. Because the muscle, contrary to what many people believe, doesn't stop you responding after 60, 70, or 80 years of age. Studies show that people over 65, with the right stimulus, can significantly regain muscle strength in just a few weeks. It is not a promise. It is biology. The muscle responds to the stimulus. Always. At any age. What was missing was knowing which stimulus to use. And that's what I'm going to show you now. But first, are you enjoying this content so far? So hit the like button now. This simple gesture helps this video reach more people who need this information. If you know someone over 55 who constantly complains of weak legs or a fear of falling, send this video to that person now. You might be making a huge difference in her life without even realizing it. So let us go. The exercise I'm going to show you has a simple name. Squatting in a chair. But wait, before you think, if you've seen that before, let me tell you something. The way most people do this movement is wrong, and because it is wrong, it doesn't produce any results. So pay attention to every detail I'm about to tell you, because the difference lies precisely in the way it is executed. Not leaning against the backrest, upright, feet flat on the ground, hip width apartamento. In other words, neither too open nor too closed, about the distance of a fist between one knee and the other. Because it is the one that activates the right muscle. Without that incline, all the strain goes to the knee. With it goes to the thigh. That is exactly where we need to work. So, trunk slightly inclined forward, feet firmly on the ground. You start pushing the ground with both feet at the same time, as if you wanted to sink the ground. That mental image makes all the difference. Push off the ground, and climb up, slowly, no rush, without a jolt. It goes up in 2 or 3 seconds. Stand up for a moment. Breathe. The control on the descent. That's what really strengthens the muscle. If you find it easy after a week, increase to 8 repetitions, then 10. Your body will let you know when it is ready for more. Don't force it beyond what your body needs, but it is not inferior to what he is capable of either. Now let me tell you what this exercise will change in your real life. Not on paper, in real life, in your daily life. Think about it. Every morning you get out of bed. It seems simple, but to get out of bed, you use exactly the same muscle that this exercise strengthens. Every time you get up from the toilet, same muscle. Every time you get out of the car seat, same muscle. Every time you climb a step, same muscle. Every time you tripping need to catch yourself before falling, same muscle. So when you strengthen that muscle, you are not exercising just for the sake of exercising. You are regaining the ability to live more safely, with more confidence, with more freedom, without needing to stop in the middle, without that feeling that your legs might betray you. Imagine sitting in a low chair and getting up from it without needing to ask anyone for help, without looking around for support, without that awkward moment when you have to propose to someone. Imagine you walking down the street with more confidence, stepping with more confidence, without calculating each step, without feeling that nervous excitement when the ground is uneven. This is not fantasy. This is what strengthened muscle does for your real life. That outing with the grandchildren that you avoided for fear of not being able to keep up, you start to go. The trip you postponed because you felt insecure about hiking, you start planning. That feeling that life is shrinking, things are starting to change. Because independence isn't just physical, it is emotional. It is knowing that you still have control over your own life. It is up to you to decide that you can still come and go as you please. That you are still you. If this video made sense to you, if you recognized yourself in any of the situations I described, write one word in the comments below. Just one. Write strength. This tells me that you made it till the end, that you are willing to take that step. It motivates me a lot to continue bringing content that truly makes a difference in your life. Hit the like button too. This simple gesture helps this channel grow and reach more people who need this information.